Brainware fits into both our regular ed program and our resource program. In the resource program, we really focus in on the games and activities that are specific to a child's deficits in the processing areas. And we make sure that they get time weekly in that program. In the regular ed classroom, we use Brainware in the computer labs, and the children do it 2 to 3 times a week, and it's just part of our curriculum. We find it so beneficial that we are including it in our curriculum writing and our curriculum development for the school.
Brainware is a good learning system because it teaches you new things and how to remember things and to keep trying.
My favorite thing about Brainware Safari is how you can have your Safari friend grow up while you play games.
One way we use Brainware is to help us understand where our kids are having difficulty in the processing areas. If we see that there's a specific area that they're really having a hard time and it's really challenging for them, it helps us be aware that this is an area that they need extra help in. And so in that way, it's very diagnostic in the classroom. I find Brainware very beneficial for the younger learners. For our second graders, the levels are challenging, but they really make progress, and it teaches them to stick with something, to pay attention, to follow the directions. The really wonderful thing about Brainware is the directions, the children can read the directions or they can listen to the directions. So for the second graders, listening to those directions is very beneficial. And then they're so motivated to see their character grow up and to pass those levels that they really stick with it. And they do pass levels and they really make good progress. It's really interesting. When we first saw the presentation of Brainware, I wondered what would the junior high kids think of the animals. But I can honestly say no one has said it's babyish. In fact, when Brainware came and the characters came and visited with the children, they were all excited, elementary through junior high. And they talk about, well, next year I want to pick this animal. So they're very much motivated by the characters and find them engaging.
Brainware helps me in school because, like, the logic game is like a lot of questions, and you have to like answer them logically, and you have to really think about the questions, and it helps me. It really does.
I think our junior high kids are more prepared for high school because they spent the time in Brainware and they worked on those cognitive processing skills.
The changes that I'm seeing in students using Brainware are students who normally have challenges with academic applications, who are very needy in that they're not prepared to do any independent learning, are now excited about being independent. Students who normally are average students compare themselves with students who are normally above average, and they notice that the activities that are being completed, oftentimes they're very close.
Well, our students that test well, it's really interesting. They're so competitive with Brainware. The kids really come up to me and say, boy, it helps me remember the vocabulary words, or it helps me remember the facts that we need to know for social studies.
It's like every subject, so it's getting your brain active for the next subject because of the type of stuff that you're learning. So that's how Brainware will help a child or a kid or a teenager be active into doing stuff and be proud of what you're doing.
We have an elementary student at our school, and when he came to us as a second grader, he was about to be placed in a self-contained room for developmentally delayed children. And when we tested him, we realized that this student really had an above average IQ, but was really struggling in the processing areas. And it was really exciting because we could put him on brainware and we could work on those skills and really help him achieve his potential. He was by no means a slow learner, but he had some gaps in his processing skills, and brainware really is helping him to close those gaps.
I would tell other schools that brainware is an awesome program.
Who doesn't need to improve their cognitive processing? I mean, it's a wonderful thing to improve your memory and your thinking skills and your working memory. I think brainware really has something for all ages. I would recommend brainware to another school because it is the one program that helps students work on their auditory processing, their visual processing, cognitive skills. I don't believe there's any program out there that does it in a game format that's fun for the kids. And it helps your students become better learners and better thinkers.
Josiah, would you like to do another brainware game after you finish Brainware Safari?
No, I would not.
No.
You love brainware.
I know, I just want to stay on this one.
Okay.
I would tell other schools that brainware is an awesome program.
Glenwood really appreciated the support and help that brainware provided when starting the program. Both the technical support and the support and implementation was excellent. Whenever we had questions or needed help, they were there to help us along the way, and that really made a difference and really helped us to experience the success we had last year with brainware.
For myself and on behalf of my students, I'd like to say thank you for brainware. It's been an awesome experience working with brainware. I think the skills and the skill level that the students are achieving working with brainware, it will be very beneficial for them in the future.
If you never played brainware before, you should call the brainware people or something and get brainware on your computer. Brainware Safari is a lot of fun.